What's going on? This is Wing, and we're back with another video. So I was gonna wait until I have my new PNGtuber avatar ready before I start making any art related videos. That way I can have him in the corner, where you see the black bar right there on the far left. I have a PNGtuber avatar, but over the years, my art was getting a lot better. I was like, I guess it's time for me to update my PNGtuber avatar. Now, for those of you that don't know about PNGtuber avatars, they're basically like if you know what VTubers are, like a VTuber avatar, the ones that they animated and they can move along with I guess you could say the streamer or the YouTuber that talks with the YouTuber avatar. PNGtubers is actually what it is. It's PNG images of the avatar of your choice that's animated in real time by the sound of your voice. Now, normally when people make their VTuber avatars or PNGtuber avatars, they'll make a character to where it's like maybe they fit in an anime world, or you can basically be what you want, right? For me, I always make my PNGtuber avatars resemble or similar to, actually, to be honest, the way I look. What else? Oh yeah, so I have this right here. This is paper, a bow. I would normally do my digital art. I would sketch it out first, right? I would sketch it out first, then ink it, then scan it to my computer, and then I do the coloring in Photopea. That's the program I use since I don't have Photoshop anymore. And since Photoshop want to start going towards the subscription route, and I'm not about that subscription life. That's the way I'm doing it. I mean, I can go with a mechanical pencil, eraser, whatnot. Or sometimes, I mean, it depends on your workflow. Sometimes I'll do it with an orange pen. That way I can just go with it. Go with it light, I don't know if you can see it. And then I'll just do the inking once I'm done. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because the orange pen, I can draw and make mistakes, and then I'll ink the lines that I want, scan it. But first, I'm gonna need to do a little practice. Probably gonna start with the head design, the way I want the head. And lots of time with my drawings, I like to draw the head first, draw out the head, and then do a separate drawing out the body, and then putting it together, and maybe reprint it out again, then ink over it, and scan it. Or sometimes I'll draw it all together, So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, now it's time to draw the body. Quick side note, the reason why I draw the head separately from the body is because whenever I draw the head and the body together, sometimes I focus a lot on the head and I put a lot of details before I get to like mapping out the body and making sure the anatomy is correct and stuff like that. So I do the head separate and then I do the body later on. And then afterwards, when I go to Photoshop, I put the two drawings together. Time to scan my works. So here's the part where whenever I draw the body parts separate, I put them together in Photoshop. Like the hands, I'm gonna be honest with you, I suck at drawing hands. So sometimes whenever like I want to really focus on hands, I would draw them separately from the body, so that way I can piece it together later. So that's how that works. Okay, about the inking, right? I could do this in Photo P, but I'm more comfortable with doing it traditionally because it is what I'm most comfortable with. So this is how I ink all my works, and then after that, get into the computer. Oh yeah, this is the part where I do last minute changes. Sometimes like I may over ink certain areas, or maybe there's areas that later look at when I have it on Photo P that I probably can take out or alter or change up a bit. Sometimes the arm positioning can be wrong. Sometimes the hand positioning can be wrong. So here's where I make the changes. Now it's time for the fun part. Here's where I add a bit of color to my drawings, adding the flats, adding the shadows, giving it that animated look. And yes, if you're gonna do animations for your PNGtuber, you have to do it for all drawings that you got to do it for. I have to admit that I did lost track of time while doing this project, but if I have to guess around how long it took me from doing this from start to finish, I'd say it took me like a good 4 hours to complete it. Now, if it sounds like a long time to you, well, it should sound like a long time to you because I believe like pieces, the best pieces of art that you can ever make is the one that you put lots of time into. So this is how my PNGtuber looks. See how like on the idle animation he blinks his eyes, and every time he talks, the mouth moves. That is so sick. And to be innovative, because I didn't want my PNGtuber just to have like one pose, him standing there, and then they got facial expressions, right? The idle animation when he's mad, lightning goes around his body, and every time when I talk, turns red and he's like charges up. That is so sick. I could do that all from a press of a button. So regular, bad, and then let me see. Let me move this out the way. I did this animation whenever I would play like horror games. Him hiding behind the sofa, and every time I talk, his head pops out. Because like I would see like other games YouTubers, right? They'll just have one pose, and all they have is just facial expressions. But I kind of want my PNGtuber to have like kind of be somewhat of a hybrid of a PNGtuber and almost as innovative like a VTuber, because with VTubers, right? Their VTuber is I guess their character is connected to their camera. It's synced to their camera, right? So every time when they move, the VTuber moves and stuff like that. So I wanted something like that with a PNGtuber. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you all for stopping by and checking out my process from start to finish. And to those of you that are new, be sure to follow the channel. That way you can check out all the new stuff that I'm going to be releasing on my channel. I will be posting up more vids like this and lots and lots of animations. So stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, and be sure to check out my shop. I'm gonna have a link in the description below. But I sell stickers, bookmarks, emotes, channel badges, overlays, more channel badges, and I'm always updating my shop, so I got my store at coffee.com/SE Wingless/shop. And with that being said, I'll catch you next time.